Okay. So we have to make sure that we are 95% compliance because pharmacovigilance is measured in terms of compliance. So the regulatory authorities has kept this compliance as 95%, but most of our pharmaceutical companies, they will try to keep the compliance around 98 or 99% to make sure that they are not submitting any late cases. Because if we submit late cases, the regulatory authorities might think that there might be some malfunctioning, or it might lead to some for-cause inspections. To avoid such discrepancies and inspections, so we will try to keep the compliance around 98 to 99%. Okay. So the main criteria for reporting is any serious unexpected adverse event that is related by investigator. It has to be submitted to EU and FDA. There is a change in this slide. Please be with me so that you can understand what is the change that has been made in recent guidelines. Okay. So from 2023, what happened is like only the investigated causality is taken into consideration. This slide has the older guidance. That is, if any serious unexpected adverse drug reaction that is related by investigator is submitted to EU, and when it is related by both investigator and marketing authorization holder, that is submitted to FDA. This is old guidelines. There is a change from 2023 which says that any serious unexpected events that is related by investigator, that has to be submitted to both EU and FDA. Okay. So even the marketing authorization holder, that is sponsor's causality, is not taken into consideration to report any SUSARs. This you have to keep in mind. So what does this SUSAR means? Suspected, unexpected, serious adverse drug reaction. Okay. So this SUSARs are happening in clinical trials. Here you have to keep in mind that there is no SUSAR in post-marketing cases. Why there is no SUSAR in post-marketing cases means the patient has taken the drug, and unless otherwise the adverse event is serious, he might not be reporting it. So taking into consideration that implied causality, so there are no SUSARs for post-marketing cases. So only SUSARs are for clinical trials. Here most of the students make mistakes when they were not able to find what is the SUSAR. Okay, I'll repeat this and emphasize this because this is more important and this will be asked in your interview. Okay, SUSAR stands for Suspected Unexpected Serious Adverse Reactions, and that occurs in clinical trial. And if the event is serious and unexpected and is related by investigator, it has to be reported to EU and FDA irrespective of sponsor's causality. Next, coming to the timelines. Okay, any serious fatal life-threatening cases that has to be submitted from 7 calendar days from initial receipt date. Okay, and any serious non-fatal non-life-threatening events that has to be submitted in 15 calendar days from clock start date. This initial receipt date and clock start date are same. Okay, so this is mainly for drugs and vaccines and biologics. When it comes to medical devices, there is a little change in timeline. So if there is any serious fatal life-threatening event that occurs with devices, that has to be submitted within 15 calendar days from IRD. And if it is serious, non-fatal, non-life-threatening, that has to be submitted within 30 calendar days from clock start date. Okay, so as we know, serious includes fatal and life-threatening, and serious non-fatal, non-life-threatening includes any adverse events that required hospitalization or that has caused prolonged disability or any medically significant events or that has led to congenital anomaly or important medical events. All these things comes under non-fatal, non-life-threatening serious events, and that has to be reported within 15 calendar days in case of